Welcome to Sean's Good Time Sports Podcast. Today we'll be going over a recap of my Week 7 predictions and my NFL Week 8 predictions. And we'll also be doing an NFL Week 8 power rankings. But let's start off with my recap of my Week 7 predictions. Starting with last Thursday night, 8:20, we had the Giants versus the Eagles. I had the Giants beating the Eagles, covering plus 4.5. I got that one right. I had the Saints beating the Panthers, but the Panthers covering plus 7.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Bills beating the Jets and covering minus 13.5. I got that one wrong. Then I had the Browns beating the Bengals and covering minus 3. That was a split. Then I had the Cowboys beating the Washington football team covering plus 1. I got that one wrong. Then I had the Packers beating the Titans and covering minus 3.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Falcons beating the Lions and covering minus 2.5. I got that one wrong. And then I had the Steelers beating the Titans and covering plus 1. I got that one right. So on to the Sunday 4 o'clock games. I had Seattle. I had the Chiefs beating the Broncos and covering minus 9.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Chargers beating the Jaguars, but the Jaguars covering plus 8.5. I got that one wrong. Then I had the 49ers beating the Patriots and covering plus 2. I got that one right. Then I had the Buccaneers beating the Raiders and covering minus 2.5. I got that one right. So on to the Sunday night 8:20 game. Seahawks-Cardinals. I had the Seahawks beating the Cardinals and covering minus 3.5. I got that one wrong. And then the Monday night game, 8:15. I had the Bears beating the Rams and covering plus 6. I got that one wrong. So it wasn't a bad week in the betting world. I mean, it wasn't great. I went 7-6-1. I like to get 8 or more wins, but that split kind of screwed that up for me. But it's all good at the end of the day. You live to play next week in the gambling world. So we'll go on with my Week 8 predictions. So this Thursday night, 8:20 p.m., I got the Panthers beating the Falcons and covering minus 2. They're saying Christian McCaffrey might be back. And I just don't trust the Falcons to pull out games to win. I mean, we saw what Todd Gurley did, falling on the 1-yard line in the end zone, but going in the end zone. We've seen he's capable of doing that, and I think I don't know, there's something going on in his head, and the Falcons are just out of it. So I like the Panthers winning that, covering minus 2. And so on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. I like the Colts beating the Lions and covering minus 2.5. I'm a huge fan of the Lions. I like the Lions offense a lot. I think the Colts, they got a little bit of the defense and the offense and special teams. They're just a complete team. So I like the Colts winning that minus 2.5. And then on to the Chiefs-Jets game. I got the Chiefs beating the Jets and covering minus 20. I know what you're thinking, 20 points. But my thing is, I think Le'Veon Bell, we see him have a huge game against his former team. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs for over 150 yards and gets a couple touchdowns. And the Chiefs right now, they just look unstoppable. So I like the Chiefs beating the Jets, covering minus 20. Patriots-Bills. I got the Patriots beating the Bills, covering plus 3.5. I like the Bills. I knew the Patriots had a bad game. I never see the Patriots having 2 really bad games in a row. The Bills don't look great. The Patriots don't look great. But until Bills can prove me they can beat the Patriots, I got to go with the Patriots. I mean, it's their division until someone takes it from them. So, yeah, I like the Patriots beating the Bills, covering plus 3.5. On to the Raiders-Browns game. I got the Raiders beating the Browns and covering minus 2.5. Odell Beckham's out for the Browns with a torn ACL. Raiders had a bad game last week. The Bucs just took advantage of them. But I think the Raiders get a bounce-back game, beat the Browns. So I like that. The Raiders minus 2.5. Then I got the Rams beating the Dolphins and covering minus 3.5. I think the Rams are a sleeper team for me. They're in my top 10 best teams. They're probably right outside 5. They're a really good team. They look dominant on defense, and Jared Goff's making the right moves. So I like the Rams beating the Dolphins, covering minus 3.5. Then I got the Steelers beating the Ravens and covering plus 5.5. I think when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, they look like the best team in the NFL. I mean, Ben looks like old Ben. This is the best I've ever seen Ben play. Maybe second best season I've ever seen him play. And that defense is legit. It's either 1 or 2 for the best defenses. And they're coached up really good. Mike Tomlin's doing a good job with those guys over there. And they're just competing, and they look unstoppable right now. So I like Pittsburgh beating the Ravens and covering plus 5.5, and Pittsburgh's getting points. I mean, come on, you have to take that. Then we got the Titans, Bengals. I got the Titans beating the Bengals, covering -6. Titans just had a upsetting loss against the Steelers. I think the Titans are fired up. They're going to get back in the win column. They're going to win that -6. Then I got the Packers beating the Vikings and covering -6.5. Vikings are selling people. They're selling people, and the Packers are going to be getting Aaron Jones back, so that's exciting. I just like the Packers that one. I think they dominate them every quarter. I like the Packers in that -6.5. On the Sunday 4 o'clock games, I got the Chargers beating the Broncos and covering -2.5. I mean, we saw what happened with the Broncos last week, and the Chargers, they just keep getting better every week. So I like the Chargers in that one, -2.5. Then I got the Seahawks beating the 49ers and covering -3. Seattle looks great. The Niners are proving they can win it without their key players, but I like Seattle in that one, -3. Then I got the Saints beating the Bears and covering -4. Bears didn't look great against the Rams, and I just think the Saints, they're getting better and better each week too, so I like the Saints covering -4. Then I got, for the Sunday night game, 8:20 p.m., I got the Eagles beating the Cowboys -7. I think right now, with Dallas, I think they have to figure out, there's a problem in that locker room. You saw what happened when Andy Dalton took that late hit. No one stepped up and roughed up that linebacker that did that to him. And that's a problem. You have to fix that in the locker room. If you're not going to stand up for your teammates, it makes the organization look like a joke. So, and the Eagles right now with Carson Wentz, they look great. They're going to be getting Miles Sanders and Ertz back soon. And I just think the way the Eagles are starting to play and build up some wins, it's really going to take them far away. So I like the Eagles beating the Cowboys covering -7. On the Monday night game, I got the Buccaneers beating the Giants, but the Giants covering +13.5. I know what everyone's thinking. The Buccaneers the last 2 weeks, yes, I agree with you. They look great. They look absolutely great. They're right outside my top 5. But the Giants seem like they always have Brady's number. It seems like those guys always know how to get after him and get it done. So, yeah, I like the Giants covering that. So let's go on to Sean's top 5 hot picks. For me, the 5 games I like the Raiders beating the Browns and covering -2.5. Like I said, I like the Raiders a lot. Odell Beckham's not going to be playing. Then I like the Rams beating the Dolphins and covering -3.5. Like I said, the Rams are right outside my top 5, and they look good at everything they're doing, and they just keep getting better and better. I like the Packers beating the Vikings and covering -6.5. Everyone knows I love the Packers. I love everything that Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams do. And their defense is not bad. I don't think they get enough credit. I think that they had a fluke game against the Buccaneers, and I think the Packers are legit, so I like the Packers in that one. Then I had the Chargers beating the Broncos and covering -2.5. I love that game. I think the Broncos are on a downfall, and the Chargers just keep on rising. And then the last one, I like the Seahawks beating the 49ers and covering -3. Seattle lost last week to the Cardinals, but, you have to play the perfect game to beat them. So, for me, the Niners are missing a lot of guys on that defensive line. I don't know if they're going to be able to get after Russell Wilson like they used to. I like Seattle on that one. So, if you're betting, lock those picks in. So now we're going to be going over my NFL Week 8 power rankings. Number 1, you guys heard me talk about them in the previous video. Not a surprise here. Pittsburgh's number 1. Like I brought up with them, the defense is there, the offense is there, the special teams is there. Mike Tomlin and Big Ben look on point. They look great. Number 2, no surprise, the defending champs, Kansas City. You add a piece like Le'Veon Bell when you don't even need a guy like Le'Veon Bell, and then you're working into that special offense they have, something special. The defense keeps getting a little bit better each week. It's not great, but it keeps getting a little bit better. So I like Kansas City at 2. Number 3, I got the Baltimore Ravens at 3. They haven't looked great, and I know what people are thinking. They haven't looked great, and a lot of teams would be happy being 5-1. But the Ravens, they're not happy being 5-1. They feel like they can be better. They feel like they should be undefeated. But they got to go prove it to us. And until then, they're never going to get to 1 or 2 spot until they prove it to us. So they're going to be at 3 or lower, and I got them at 3. And then at 4, Seattle. I mean, I think they had a fluke game. You had to play a perfect game to beat the Seahawks, and I think Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I don't even think it's a question. I mean, what he does, the numbers he's putting up, I mean, he's just the best right now, and that's why they're at 4. And number 5, a little bit questionable. People are going to question this. I got the Saints at 5. I know everyone likes the Buccaneers, and they're number 1 in their division right now. But you have to show me you can beat the Saints when it matters. They didn't do it week 1. I know what people are going to say. Oh, they're a new team. Hey, stop bringing up excuses. Go out there and play and show everyone that you can do it. And it's a divisional game, so that hurts. So the Buccaneers, what they need to do is keep winning games, but when they play the Saints, got to take advantage of that and beat them. And an honorable mention at number 6, the Buccaneers. Tommy's playing great. They're getting Antonio Brown. They keep adding little defensive players here and there, and the defense is definitely top 5. So I think Buccaneers, they can move up into my power ranking next week if one of those top 5 teams lose and they don't look good. So don't be surprised if the Buccaneers make it into my top 5. That was it for my podcast. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. And happy Halloween, everyone. Stay safe out there.